sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end,
Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight?
I'm in
Good,
the
how are you
corner.
doing?
I'm in the corner. Like, do you remember the Flintstones? What was that guy's name? Kazoo? Do you remember that? Matt, you're old enough. Don't say you don't, Matt. You remember that?
Barney.
No, not Barney. There was this little alien guy named Kazoo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do either one of you guys know what the hell I'm talking about in my studio right now? No. Okay. All right. I'm setting your guest up. So Jude, I'm gonna get you on here in 1 second, buddy. All right.
Okay, perfect.
But Matt. Oh, Matt, you're disappointing, bro. You don't know who Kazoo is. You got to go look that up.
Sorry, man. So I know you have a bit of news for us.
Oh, I got lots of news, buddy. Not only am I Jersey famous now because we've been picked up by the Star Ledger and the Jersey Journal and the Ocean County Observer and who knows what else, but my team that I own, that you like to goof on and say that we suck, we're going to the quarterfinals of where we are cup bounded down. I don't know what the fuck. It's the Irish Cup. The Irish Cup.
Quarterfinals, huh?
Quarterfinals, March 1st. And we're hosting Dungannon. The Dungannon Swifts.
So is that why they lost today? They were still celebrating the other day?
We're pacing ourselves, buddy, is what we're doing. We're pacing ourselves, and we're just hoping that Deadpool and Mac don't buy the Dungannon Swifts before we play them. All right, I'm gonna get out of your way so you can talk real soccer with your guest here. All right.
Jude, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Matt. Appreciate it.
Dude, I'm super stoked that you were able to pop on with us at short notice. We had a late cancellation. So, you're a Man U fan.
Yeah, it's rough recently, but still sticking with it.
Where did your passion and love for the club come from?
I would definitely say probably in like 2015 because I was always a big New York Red Bulls fan, and NYCFC had kind of come in and they were owned by Manchester City, so I kind of felt like the Red Bulls were like Manchester United, so I kind of like pivoted towards that.
Gotcha. So I was looking around a little bit today. Do you know what's going on with Old Trafford? Are they just going to expand it? I'm reading that they're going to not knock it down, but build a 100,000 seat stadium somewhere else in Manchester.
Yeah, I think it's kind of up in the air. They're going like between whether they should restore Old Trafford and keep it because there's so much history there, or start and just build a completely new stadium. I know they didn't want to just tear down Old Trafford. I think they wanted to remove like the second bowl and then turn it into like a museum and have I think like the academy and the women's team play there and stuff, which I like that idea. But I still think they should just replenish the old stadium because there's so much there. There's so much history. There's so much character in the stadium.
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan myself, so I appreciate the history of the stadium, and if they can redo Anfield the way they did, and expand the capacity, they can easily do it for Old Trafford. Because what I read today is if they build this new stadium, they're going to call it the Wembley of the North. Like that's like two Games of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't fit. Like it just doesn't. I don't know because a lot of the like new stadiums, like you have Spurs Stadium, which is super nice, but they don't have a lot of character to them. They're kind of just like these domes, and they're beautiful, like on the inside. Um, but there's just not that much to them on the outside. Like you look at like all the old Premier League stadiums, like St. James Park, like all those places, they have so much character to them. It's not just like this metal dome with a field on the inside.
Yeah, because my crosstown rival's moving into a new stadium at the beginning of next
Yeah,
Everton.
yeah, they're getting a brand new one.
Yeah, down on the water. So it's not even that walk across the park. I haven't seen it yet. Probably interested to see. But so who's your favorite Man U player?
Oof. I would have said Lisandro Martinez definitely right now, but he just got injured on Sunday, so unfortunately he's out. But Lisandro Martinez,
Have they confirmed if that's an ACL or not yet?
yeah, ACL. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately,
Honestly, it doesn't matter at this point.
no, they're so far back. I mean, they're 5 points off 10th. Like,
So let me ask you, transfer window closed last night.
mhm.
Some good business for Man U, in my opinion,
Yeah,
getting these loans out. What do you think?
yeah, no, Anthony out, Marcus Rashford out. Also today they just announced Tyrell Malacia is going on loan for the rest of the season with PSV. The signings of Dorgu and I think Aiden Heaven, I believe, from Arsenal. So it's definitely a solid window for Amarim. Trying to do some stuff, move some stuff around with the club, maybe bring some players in that fit his system better. Uh, yeah, definitely successful, but the big question still is they don't have a striker like a main. They don't have that big number 9 that can really score goals consistently for them.
I like the deal for the 19-year-old kid from Lecce.
Yeah,
Dorku. I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that was business for 30 million. But overall, like the transfer market for the EPL was quiet. Man City spent the same amount of money as every other team in the EPL.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was not a lot going on.
No, but typically, like what I'm seeing is these January transfer windows, they're grinding down. They're becoming more about loans and hey, can I get you like Rashford
Mhm.
going to
Yeah,
Villa? Hey, Villa, will you pay 80% of his wages while he's out on this loan?
mhm.
So it's not sexy news. It's not the Luka Doncic AD news from the NBA, but there's some good stuff going on out there.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some movement happening, for sure.
So who's Man you got next?
We have Leicester on Friday in the FA Cup, and then a week from Sunday we have Spurs.
So you're going up against Rude.
Yeah, yeah,
That's going to be compelling. I like that.
yeah. Man U
So
versus Leicester, they're pretty. I feel like well matched right now.
yeah, so as a Man U fan in the I'm going to call them dire straits that you're in right now.
Yeah.
What is your hope? What is your plan in your mind if you're the guy behind the scenes running this? How are you bringing Man U back to the top?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? But I think definitely where we're at right now, just trust the process with Amarim because there's a lot of players that don't really fit the system. and it's very obvious when you watch them play. So I think if you just give him more time and we get the players out that don't fit the system, and Amarim gets to bring in the players that he needs, I think that will definitely. I think that's what we need to do now. Yeah,
Yeah, I read yesterday that they're planning on doing a massive overhaul this summer.
yeah. I think that's what they need to do at this point.
But I don't think to fix their problems they can get it done in one window.
No, it's a very big problem. It's not like, oh, okay, we just switch the formation or we'll bring in one or two players, they'll fix the whole thing. It kind of needs like a whole squad revamp almost.
So, as a Man U fan, are you going to be able to sit through a couple of window rebuilds?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be hard. It's a long time, but we'll stick with them, definitely.
Do you think the brass will have the same mentality that you do as a fan?
That I don't know, because a lot of the fans are showing their loyalty and coming back. So, but I don't know. I think a lot of the players kind of have their heads down right now, and I think they definitely need that belief in themselves to continue and evolve and do better in the Premier League.
So, you said that you're a massive Red Bulls fan too.
Hmm.
I take it that from growing up here in Jersey. Are you part of that whole Red Bull Knights with Henry?
Yeah, yeah,
That's how you two lads get to know each other.
hmm
Nice.
yeah. I
So,
actually have a. I got a picture of the section right above there.
oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So, did you make the pilgrimage out to the MLS Cup with him?
yeah, yeah. I flew up to
Oh,
LA.
so you were out there too.
Hmm.
So, I got Henry's take on it last week. What was your take?
Um, the first 10 minutes were about as bad as they could go for them. Um, but then the rest of the game, I feel like they played fairly well. They had a lot of chances. Forsberg hit the post. Sean Nealis getting a goal back before halftime. But it's just if you don't start out those first 10 minutes exactly as you should, the whole game's gonna get messed up, especially against a team like the Galaxy.
Now, how long have you been a part of that Knights
Uh,
table?
Yeah, I've been a part of them since 2015, so 10 years. I went to my first game. I didn't wasn't with the whole supporter section, but in 2014.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to Red Bull Stadium in 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean it's they just I don't know if you saw they renamed it to Sports Illustrated Stadium.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's a terrible name.
yeah, not great. Yeah, it's about all about the money.
Well, yeah, we all know that, right?
Mhm.
So going back with Red Bulls, give me a little preview. I know we got what another month before MLS really gets going with their preseason and everything.
Yeah, well, they're in preseason right now, and about 2 weeks until their first match of the season.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so how are they looking for this season? Any big turnovers from last year?
yeah. They're looking really good actually. They made a bunch of new transfers. This has been their busiest off season in since that I could remember, and I know what that is. Their shortest off season. Uh, but yeah, they've made some really big signings. Bringing in Chopu Moteng from FC Bayern Munich, Alexander Heck from Bundesliga. There's definitely some very big signings that bring a lot of hope for this next season.
Any key players that left the team?
Yeah, our left back John Tolkien was definitely like one of our stars. He would captain when Emil Forsberg wasn't able to, so he left and he went to I believe FC Kiel or something. I know a German team.
So in some other MLS news, I did see today that Atlanta broke the bank on a transfer, set the record, which was just set back in late November, early December by FC Cincinnati.
Mhm.
Do you know anything about this guy from Middleborough?
Yeah, so he used to play in Atlanta a few years back, and then played for Newcastle for a few years. Very good player. Um, well, I think he'll definitely do super well coming back to the MLS.
But is he worth the 22 million transfer fee?
See, that's the thing. He's still young, but I don't think so. I think that's a lot for an MLS team to be spending.
Not to put you on the spot, and I'll be completely upfront with you. I have no idea how the finances work in MLS, but Atlanta spending 22 million on somebody, does that tie into their financials of what they can spend and do with their roster?
Yeah, like it definitely has. I don't. Again, I'm kind of on the same page. Like I don't know all the levels with like the salary caps, all this. But I do know that there is a certain cap with all the players and how much you could play, or pay a singular player. So I feel like that. I don't know if that's above the line or not. I feel like it definitely could be.
Yeah, because I mean, you got this guy now getting 22 million. What's the next guy getting?
Yeah, like it's just gonna keep growing from here.
And my concern is the MLS going to blow their wad on
Yeah.
all the transfer fees, bringing guys in. I know they can get guys from South America and from Mexico to come in for a lot cheaper. I just don't know bringing these guys in from across the pond is going to be worth what they're spending on this. 22 million is a lot for an MLS club.
Mhm. Yeah, no, definitely. And especially like you said too, you have players in Liga MX, Mexico, who we could bring in for a lot cheaper. Um, and I think, well, it all surrounds itself with the idea of bringing more people to the MLS, having more people watch it. And I think, too, if you bring more people from Liga MX, because there's such a big population of people in the United States that watch Liga MX or would be interested in that, or even follow the Mexican national team. If you sign one of those players, I feel like the stadium would be sold out, or just there'd be so many people going to see that specific player.
So I don't know if you know the story from Henry about how he and I met. So two questions for you, both on the same topic. Is there like a local Red Bull supporter club down here at the Jersey Shore where people can go and get together, watch the game?
Um, there's not one down here. I know a lot of times they do watch parties at Scott's Club in North Jersey. But if you're looking, like, if anyone wants to get interested with the supporters, we have this two supporter sessions. Um, you get season tickets for, buy memberships for, that kind of thing.
And they could do all that on the Red Bulls website.
Yeah, or yeah.
Are they going to change the name of the team from Red Bulls to Sports Illustrated?
No, I definitely not.
Let's hope not. So, on the same token, I met Henry at the Jersey Shore Liverpool Supporters Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Does Man City have a supporters club down here that you can give a shout out to and tell people to go?
Um, Not that I know of. I'll usually just I'll meet Henry at Darcy's over in Bradley Beach. That's where I usually go out and watch most of my Premier League.
Gotcha. What else do you? What else could you tell me about Man U that we haven't talked about? Might pique somebody's interest.
Um,
Your outlook for the rest of the year. Do you think they have any shot at getting relegated?
I definitely don't think they're gonna get relegated. I think there's so many worse teams, that are gonna drop more points. But at the same time, I also look at Man U's schedule coming up, and I see all the teams, and I don't think there's anyone that I see, and I'm like, that's an easy game. Like it's going to be very difficult for us to pick up points for the rest of the season.
The way I look at it right now, from what I see from an outsider's view, is they get up to the big teams, the top six teams, and then
Exactly.
roll over for everybody else. The game they gave Liverpool 3 weeks ago,
They look great. I mean,
why are you replicating that performance against everybody else?
yeah, they could do it against clubs like Liverpool, like you guys, and Man U even could have won that game. They had chances where they could have won that game 3-2, beating City 2-1 at the Etihad. So it's definitely there, but you're just wondering like why there's no consistency.
Yeah, that's the thing that scares me. I mean, unless Tottenham can't get their story straightened out for the rest of the year,
Mhm.
and at least we did some good business bringing blokes in, I see a bottom five finish for Man U,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's kind of crazy to make that statement.
it's absolutely wild. The fact that we probably won't even make top 10 this year.
So last two things, I want to get your predictions for Caribou Cup tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow we got Newcastle Arsenal. Newcastle's got a big time advantage. My opinion, I think Arsenal threw in the towel before they even blew the
Mhm,
whistle to start the first leg. And then you've got Tottenham, Liverpool Thursday.
mhm.
Liverpool's down 1-0.
Yeah, I think for first with the Arsenal game, um, I think Arsenal they'll be definitely coming out firing, especially after the 5-1 win against City. Like they'll definitely be like super hungry to kind of make a point and keep this good form going. Um, I feel like Newcastle are kind of a wild card. Um, they can play super well on their game. I mean, they beat us 3-0, but and then there are also times where I feel like Arsenal could, without a doubt, get a better of them. But then with Liverpool and Tottenham, I pretty much see no way where Tottenham hold Liverpool to 1-0.
Yeah, tomorrow, I think Arsenal's putting more of a precedent on EPL trophy,
Mhm,
Champions League trophy. They might throw everything against the wall. I think Newcastle's going to pull it out. And honestly, for me as a Liverpool fan, the Caribou Cup this year, we won it last year. I'm fishing for bigger game.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
I don't really care about the result on Thursday. Play it the same way you played the Champions League game last week. Empty the bench, bring up all the kids,
mhm.
and roll from there. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially for you guys, you don't want to lose the league or anything. You want to keep players fit.
Oh, I know that for recruiting purposes, saying I won the EPL and won the Champions League is a better recruiting tool than the Caribou Cup.
Oh yeah, definitely better. Going around saying you won the treble, have or not the treble, the double with the Premier League and Champions League versus Premier League and the Carabao Cup.
Well, hey, listen, man, I appreciate you popping on. It's great to meet you. We'll
Yeah.
have you back again.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. All right.
Have a good one. Thank you.
All right. Take care. I'm not. I booked it in my calendar, March 1st.
Are you taking me for my birthday?
No.
Oh, well,
I'll
that's
take
kinda,
I'll
that's
take
kind of
you
effed
to
up.
I'll take you to a bar over here and go watch.
Yeah, no, it's too cold when my birthday happens in New Jersey, so it's not gonna
If they
happen.
get to the final,
Yes, if they get when my team gets to the final, you should take me. I like it. Good job tonight, man.
all right, buddy.
We will see you back at your regular hour, jam packed.
Next
Full of
Tuesday.
goodies next Tuesday. All right, cool.
There'll be a lot to talk about.
Are you heading to MJ's right now?
No, Thursday.
All right,
Talk to you, buddy.
later.
Be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a goal.